as a solution architect for my company. Moving forward, these are all important links. My suggestion is to go ahead and uh, bookmark these links. One is for CPQ hours as a YouTube channel for my Salesforce Revenue Cloud Advanced, and the another one is called Telegram link. The Telegram link is for any sales, any engineer of RCA. They can collaborate to each other to get their questions answered. Actually, sometimes you find a better what you call the PDF document, PDF content also. So that is why we have created this particular Telegram link. I am also available on Udemy. So one of RLM advanced approval orchestration I have already published on a Udemy. If someone is only looking for advanced approval, how to set up, if they are struggling with anything, they can go ahead and subscribe this Udemy program and they can learn it. Now coming to the part called Revenue Cloud getting started. So these are all important links that you have to just bookmark this one, because in Salesforce we do have 3 release on every year. So they might change the data model, they might change the rules and logic, or they might add additional features. So every other changes you can find in their Salesforce article. You cannot believe on a PDF, you cannot believe on any like a hardcode document, right? So these are all direct link of the Salesforce, their article page, and then you can explore if you want to have any further what you call questions or anything you would like to explore further on a Revenue Cloud. Revenue Cloud Advanced, we do have Trailhead also. So my suggestion is to go ahead and complete this first, what you call the training first before you appear for the RCA Trailhead. RCA Trailhead you have to appear for last, because you have till that time you have a better idea about the Salesforce RCA end to end. If you like to create your own playground in the RCA developer org, you can go ahead and create using this particular link. But today I have already created your org and I have given access to Kishore. So now Kishore, you have to log in and practice along with me. Okay. And then I will guide you for each and every steps. Okay. CPQ in the market, there is not only the Salesforce, there are other players in the market called Kanga CPQ, Satinia, Java, Oracle, SAP, Pandada, Quill, and the Logic.io. So they have captured these market, and all these markets product are applicable for different industries actually. Now you know the revenue generation lifecycle is again a code to cash process where we have been creating a code, and once we have created a code, we take the internal approval. Then we generate a MSA document called agreement document, and that contract document we need to give the customers to get the sign. And once we have signed it, then we generate a contract document, and then we create an order and activate the order. And after the order is created and activated, we do the order fulfillment. And after the order fulfillment, we run the billing and invoices comes into the pictures. So this is the high level revenue lifecycle, generation lifecycle as out. Now coming to the part called what all components are available in the Revenue Cloud. In Revenue Cloud Advanced, it is segregated in 5 different stages. One is called the catalog part, where we are going to learn about creating a catalogs, categories, the product, their prices. And after that, we'll create a quote and their pricing approvals. We'll also talk about the quote internal approvals, how we are going to execute, and then we are also going to talk about the creating a contract, and then we'll do the order decomposition we call DRO, decomposition and orchestration in the order fulfillment process that we will learn in detail. And then we call asset lifecycle management, where we are going to say that okay, for this particular customer, they have purchased 100 quantity or 200 quantity in this year or that year, so that call asset lifecycle. And if there is any amendment or renewal comes in, we are going to manage our renewals and amendment through this particular Revenue Cloud lifecycle. Then we'll generate a billing and invoices also, and we'll collect the payment for those bills and invoices. In RCA data model, whenever you go and implement for any RCA implementation, you must to know about the data or objects are available in the RCA product. So these are all product which is these are all entity called objects. The gray one is the Salesforce standard object. The blue one is the Salesforce RCA license. These are all objects are related to the product catalog management. We do have the pricing entity. We do have the rate management entity. We do have the asset management entities. So these are all different objects we do have with the different Samsung objects are also available. So it uses more than 350 object in the Salesforce Revenue Cloud. So it's a very big product. It's not a small product actually. So before you start with doing any implementations, go ahead with these data model into it so that you have a better grip on the product itself. Okay. Now coming to the part called what is the next step that we are going to learn. We are going to first assign the licenses. Then we are going to assign the permission sets. So these are all two bare minimum steps that we need to follow. Once we have assigned the license and permission set to our system admin, then only you will be in positions to create a catalogs, categories and everything, or create a pricing logic and everything. In the backend, we need to also enable these revenue settings, including code settings, order settings. Once you have enabled, sometime you already having the customers, which is already enabled, so you don't need to enable it. But in the revenue setting, you have to enable that revenue setting. In Salesforce, we have the different pricing engine. In the standard Salesforce Sales Cloud, we call price is coming from the price book. But here in a Salesforce pricing, in a RCA, we have the different pricing logic called pricing procedure that we are going to learn about how the pricing procedure works and how you are going to set up this pricing procedure in the backend. There is a prerequisites to start with the implementation. In that, we need to enable the context service setting. Once you have enabled this one, it will enable the what you call the middle layer, and that middle layer called custom definitions. And these definitions are already provided by the Salesforce. There are four standard definitions are provided. One is called the product discovery contact definitions. Another one is called the sales transaction contact definitions. These two contact definitions are treated as a middle layer between the objects and the procedures actually. Okay. Middle layer means they are connector between your procedures. What is the procedure? Procedure means price waterfall. I need to run my price. From where? I need to read the data. I need to read the data from the object, code and code line item, product and product records page. Once the data are coming from these objects, it will get transferred to these middle layer called connector called contact definitions. And these connector are passing this data to the pricing procedures. Again, I am repeating, these are all connectors and these are all middle layer called contact definitions. And these contact definitions, they have already given a standard one, but you cannot use the standard one. The Salesforce RCA product, they have given a standard template, but you have to extend and clone. Then only you have to utilize and implement the RCA. Every customer is not the same for the implementation. That is why they have given you a template. You can go ahead and extend the template and then you can utilize it. So this connector we have to so you have to set up in the backend. We will learn about how to extend this template into the Salesforce, and the extension of these connectors is going to leverage or going to help us to passing the data from the object to the pricing procedure to the discovery procedures. Product discovery contact definitions, we do have called product discovery in the sales transaction. Product discovery for browsing the catalog means if I go and search for the product, search for the catalog, search for the categories, it will help us in this particular product discovery context. Sales transaction contact definitions for entire pricing strategies. We do have the different price procedures called price waterfall. In that price waterfall, price coming from your list price coming from your volume price, your quantity based price, your tier based price, your attribute based price, your bundle based price, your cost book plus markup price, or your derived price. So there are 9 methods we do have in the pricing engine. That 9 method we are going to learn in our upcoming sessions. As I said, this is the prerequisite that you have to follow. So as a prerequisites, you need to extend that contact definitions and pricing procedures. So let's try to deep dive in the contact definitions and pricing procedures. In earlier CPQ was using a very traditional pricing engine, and we call LRCP, call list price, regular price, customer price, and partner price. In the CPQ, you cannot resequence those customer price to the at the first label and the partner price at the last label. That resequencing is not available. As well as if you like to run the pricing for the order object or any custom object, so that pricing engine will not work in that scenario. So that is why we call tightly coupled, and that is why we call traditional pricing engine in the CPQ. But in order to achieve that order, if you like to run that pricing engine for the order line item, you need to write additional Apex code and all, right? So to avoid this one, what they have done in the Revenue Cloud, they have introduced this middle layer as an engine. And this middle layer as a connector that connects the data from the object, transform to this, serializes the data into this particular custom data structure, then pass to the pricing procedures. I will give you the glimpse of pricing procedure, how it will look like. But again, I talked about it. The pricing procedure, the pricing, price rule, price waterfall, you can run for the order, you can run for any custom object. Okay. Again, I am repeating the same pricing engine. You can run for the order, you can run for the object with help of this particular contact definition and the pricing procedures. We'll learn in detail later on the phase in the upcoming sessions. Again, the pricing procedures are connected to the decision table, and the decision tables are price book entry, attribute based adjustment entries. Then we do have the custom object. So let me show you in our Salesforce how the pricing procedure will look like.
Sir, before going this, I have a few small questions, sir.
Yeah,
Like in this revenue cloud one, like in CPQ as well, like do we have the we are controlling the order and billing as well? Like oh, actually we are configuring the products, prices, features, and options like that, and
can you speak little
product.
loudly? I am very hard to hear you. Okay.
I'm saying that like order and billing, do we need to configure anything in our Salesforce?
Of course, order and billings are totally different. So we need to configure some backend setting. Then only we can achieve that order and billing part.
Okay, in daily we are not using that. Only one time we are configuring that, right?
Correct. Exactly.
Okay, thank you for the clarification, sir.
No
This
problem.
context definition one, like as per the business, like we need to create the custom objects and we need to map the data from one object to some another object.
I,
Is that the way?
I will tell you one by one.
Okay, sir.
One is that I told you the pricing procedures and the contact definitions. You see this one? This one is the contact definition, and this one is the pricing procedures. We do have number one, number two is all words. What is pricing procedure? First, try to understand.
Okay.
So, pricing procedures are having different elements. You see this, right? The pricing procedures are having a different building blocks. One is called price book entries. Another one is called derived price. Another one is called your formula based pricing. Then attribute based pricing. Then we call the attribute discount entries. Then we call bundle based discounting. So these are all different elements are there in the pricing logic, and these are all logic are just like a flow, right? It just look like a flow, correct?
Hmm.
In that flow, in that building blocks, why they have given you the building block? They have given you the building block or flow to customize as per your customer need. Sometimes your customer does not have your percent of total price. You don't need to add that element. You go ahead and remove that. Sometimes you have the attribute based discounting. Go ahead and add that. If you don't have the volume discounting, you can go ahead and remove that, right? So they have given you the flexibility where you can add or remove as per the customer's implementation. And
Okay.
each and every the pricing building blocks is connected to the lookup table, which is called the decision table actually. How the decision table will look like? Let me show you something. In the upfront, in the UI, we call lookup tables. In the backend, we call decision tables. So don't be confused. The lookup table and decision table are same. On the UI perspective, we call lookup table. Okay. So these are all table we do have. All right. So we call volume based volume discount, tier discount entries. Then we call what you call contracted price entries. Then we call price book entries. Right. So these are all lookup table, which is called decision table. In the backend, you will see this decision table also. If I come back here, search for the decision table, you will find all the decision table as the lookup table into the Salesforce. And these are all lookup tables are connected to our pricing procedures. But the problem here is that part is fine. I am connected with this decision table. But how the how the main objects means code line item, order line item, asset line item, how the data are coming to this particular engine to run the pricing. So what they have done, what they say, this is the contact definitions, and that contact definitions is going to help us to read the data, and that reading the data is going to pass the data to these pricing procedures actually. Okay. So this contact definitions is a layer between your pricing procedures, and the contact definitions are a layer between your objects and the pricing procedure to read the data from the objects and the pass it to the pricing procedures. If I come back here in the setup again and search for the contact definitions, in that I have already created a custom contact definitions. You cannot utilize the standard one. You have to always extend that one. Okay. This is the Salesforce policy, and you have to follow that policy. There is no way around. So I'm using the sales transaction contact definitions. What it says, what it holds your structured data actually. So what is that structured data? So it holds your nodes and attribute. If I come back and see the mapping here, if I go and click on edit as object mapping and click on a map. So what is happening? It will have the attributes and nodes from the your contact definitions. It is going to have the connected with the different object. You see the code and the code line item, your asset line item. So these are all data are mapped to this particular contact definitions. So they are not directly communicating. Means pricing procedure are not directly communicating to the code line item. Pricing procedures are only connected to those decision table. I need to take the decision. I need to run the logic. Okay, I will run the logic volume, tier, or bundle based adjustment. But on what basis? Give me the code and code line and information. So this particular contact definitions will read the data from the custom object or standard object, whatever the object we do have, and the map it to the this particular JSON, and that JSON is going to pass to our pricing procedure engine actually. All right. So our first step we need to create this and extend that pricing procedure here actually. So we are going to learn about extending the contact definitions and the pricing procedures step by step. And meanwhile, after that, we'll also share you the recording so that you can do the practice work at your end also. We have already created your user ID, so Amar is going to help us to for our license assignment and permission process.
Oh, hi sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, before learning the revenue code, we need to learn about the CPQ or is required or not, sir?
No, not at all.
Okay.
CPQ is a managed method. CPQ is just a concept. Okay. Don't be
Okay.
confused with the skill with CPQ or CPQ with the revenue cloud. Revenue
Mm,
cloud, you have to learn the concept. I'm not saying you have to learn the CPQ, but you have to learn the concept. The CPQ is for what? Once your sales cloud ends, what is the sales cloud? Sales cloud is that you have a lead. Once the lead is created, you are converting to the account contact number opportunity. And after opportunity, you are creating a code. Can you go on mute? Then you
hello.
are can you go on? I'm, I'm getting lost of voice actually. All right. So what is happening in the sales cloud? We have created a lead. Lead is converted to the account contact opportunity. We create a code. We added a code line item, and then we run the pricing, and the code PDF document is created, and then we send to the customer. This is called sales cloud. In CPQ, what we are getting? In CPQ, we are getting the subscription management. Let's suppose you like to have your subscription renewal, amendment, then you can manage. If you like to run your what you call guided selling, of course, you can run. If you like to create a bundle, of course, you can create. But in the standard sales cloud, you cannot create. So the bundle creation, the catalogs, categories, if we are talking about the revenue cloud, not about the CPQ or something. Okay. CPQ is just terminology. Okay. Bundle is also there in CPQ. Bundle is also there in RCA. If you are going to talk about the price waterfall also there in CPQ as well as in the RCA. If you are going to talk about the what you call bundle based adjustment, it is also there in CPQ. It is also there in RCA. Okay. So you don't need to learn that CPQ. You have this is the very new org. This is the new structure created by Salesforce RCA. So they can you can go ahead and learn from scratch. Anything?
Thank you.
All right. So over to you, Aman. You can go ahead.
Yeah, first let me share my screen. First, I will tell you the step, what all step you need to follow to configure RCA. So today we are just going to learn what all are prerequisites. So there are multiple prerequisites you need to follow to start with RCA. So starting with, let me just show it here. So these are the multiple steps you need to follow, and these are the one-time step you need to follow that. So your first step is you need to assign the correct license and permission sets. So today we will assigning for our admin user. It just depend on your business users. So you can assign those license and permission set accordingly. And the third step is, so you know about it, the sales standard RCA will run on our standard quote and orders. So first we need to enable those quote and order settings so that we able to see our quotes and orders in app launcher. Then after enabling those settings from backend, then here we have a new concept called context definitions. So we need to extend that context definition. Why we need to extend this context definition? Because the standard one system will not allow to do modification in that. So customization is not possible on our standard context definition. But although for the basic standard functionality, you can use it for testing purpose. But for your customization part, you're not able to achieve that functionality by using standard one. So that to achieve the custom functionality, we need a custom context definition. Our next, after creating custom context definition, our next step is we need to create a pricing procedures and discovery procedure. So pricing procedure is used for our price waterfall functionality so that our price waterfall will work on our line items when we add a service or a product on a quote line item. And product discovery pricing procedure is used for our product visibility. If you not configure these two pricing procedure and context definition properly, then system will not show you those products on line item. So I will show you this. If you still not able to see the product, what may be the reason? Then our next step is whatever we have created, the pricing procedure and context definition, we need to set these context definition and pricing procedure in backend. So now just one of you will share your screen and I will tell you the step. So these are the license that you need to assign. There are some license that are present previously, but now they are obsolete. The two examples are here called Context Service Admin PSL. This is used for our DRO functionality. And Context Service Admin PSL is used for our sales functionality.
Aman, we are not able to hear you.
Yeah. Aman, I think we lost you. Yeah. He is connecting again. Let him connect again. Just give me 2 minutes. He just connecting because Wi-Fi restarted actually.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, let me reshare my screen. Sorry for the inconvenience. Internet disconnected automatically from backend. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Aman. Very good.
So let me just recap these two slides again. So our another setting is code setting. We need to enable that so that our quote and order objects will be enabled. So after enabling quote and order setting, we need to enable Salesforce pricing settings so that our pricing engine will work whenever we add a line item, whenever we add a product on our quote line item. If this particular setting is not enabled, system will not calculate the pricing for your product as per your configuration. Our next setting is context definition. So this context definition, if it is disabled, you're not able to see your context definition backend setting. So I will show you. First, we will disable that. And when we refresh our page, we're not able to see our context definition. It's disabled from the backend. After enabling this, then system will show you all the standard context definition that are present into the system for different functionality. Majorly, we will use two, one for our product visibility, another for our price waterfall. For our product visibility, we have one by the name called product discovery context definition. And for our price waterfall, we have by the name called sales transaction context. So we will extend that. So what are the steps? How to extend that? So you can follow this article also, how to extend it. But how you extend it? So first, just search for context definition from backend and then search for sales transaction context definition. We need to extend it. When we extend it, system will automatically map all those mapping that are present inside this standard context definition. It will work as a template. So when you save it, system will automatically map all those field code, code line item group, code line item features. We have some new objects that are present for our attribute based functionality. So system will automatically map all those fields automatically. So after creating a standard custom context definition by cloning the standard one, we need to come back again on our custom context definition. Then we need to click on map data tab. So here we have all our mappings. We have quote entities mapping, order entities, we have asset entities mapping. Inside our quote entities mapping, system will automatically map data for our quote line item group. We can do grouping also. So all these mapping will be automatically done by Salesforce. We do not need to map it manually. Currently, if you see 188 fields are automatically mapped. We have order entity inside our order entities mapping. We have 218 fields. It automatically mapped with our attributes. So we do not need to map it manually. If you try to do it manually, it will take you more than 2-3 days how to map it. If some fields you missed, system will not allow you to create all that functionality. It will not run the price waterfall. It will not allow you to add those lines. So better to extend that, not do it manually by yourself. So after extending, what we need to do is we need to make the sales transaction one as a default. So these are the Salesforce prerequisites that we need to follow. If you misconfigure it, system will not work accordingly whenever you try to create order codes and when you try to add line items. So after activating your sales transaction as a default, then we need to activate our context definition. So just click on that activate button, then system will change the status of this context definition to active so that you can use this inside your pricing procedure. Now our next context definition is product discovery. Again, same way, we need to come to again context definition, search for our product discovery one, extend it, enter a name, then make one as a default. So this is just for product visibility. So we have only two mappings here, but in our sales transaction, it is used for our price waterfall. So price waterfall include our different objects, quote line, order line, asset line, and there are some more new objects are present for our different functionality. So that will come up inside my sales transaction context definition. So after creating these two custom context definition, we need to come to our Salesforce code. From app launcher, we need to search for expression set template. Here also this will work as a template. When you click on it, so we need to create two pricing procedures, one for our waterfall, one for our product visibility. So our first pricing procedure is revenue management default pricing procedure. What you need to do is just click on that. So when you click on it, system will automatically create a price waterfall for you for our different functionality. You do not need to add all those building blocks, all these elements manually. System will automatically create for you. What you need to do is you need to just save this particular pricing procedure flow. Do not activate it. Just enter the name, just save it, enter the date. So it will throw some errors. So I will show you what are those errors when we configure this. After saving this record, you need to just come to UI, and from app launcher, we need to search for pricing procedure. So here we have one special object for our pricing procedure flows. It will not visible in our flow record in backend. It will, so this is just a kind of a flow, but this is a special flow for our waterfall. So it will be visible inside my pricing procedure object. So we need to just search for that. So by default, system will take the standard context definition. It will map it, but we do not want to use that. We want to use a custom one so that we can customize it. We will also customize it in our upcoming sessions for our twin field functionality, for our product visibility. We will hide and show our product based on some condition, and we will customize it for our some pricing logic. So our next step, again, just after entering the correct context definition on this pricing procedure flow, what we need to do is just come back to your pricing procedure flow, the revenue management one, the custom one, and activate it. After activating, again, we need to create one more for our product discovery so that product will be visible on our line item page. So just click on product discovery pricing procedure from expression set template. Just again, save as, enter a name, change the date. So we will, why we need to change the date? Because we have a start date for our context definition. So this particular pricing procedure flow start date must be after your or later than the start date of your context definition. So when we try to add it, it will throw some errors. So I will show you what are those errors. So after creating our custom pricing procedures for our price waterfall and product visibility, what we need to do is we need to set these in backend. If you not set this in backend, system will not work for you. It will not allow you to show your products. It will not calculate the pricing. So our first setting is product discovery setting. Inside our product discovery setting, we have two settings we need to add. So inside our context definition, we have one. Inside that, we need to add the product discovery context definition that we create, the custom one. And inside our pricing procedure, you need to add the correct product discovery pricing procedure that is using this particular custom context definition so that your product will be visible. If these two settings are not configured properly, system will not allow you to search those products. Now our next step is we need to search for revenue setting from backend, And inside the revenue setting, we have one section by the name called setup Salesforce pricing. So we need to set one pricing procedure as a default so that system will calculate the pricing for our services, whatever service we are offering as per my business need. And last setting is called Salesforce pricing setup. We need to set here also the same one, the revenue management default pricing procedure. Just after saving this, so inside our revenue setting, we have one, let me show you one more setting we have. Yeah, so these are the screenshots you see. So after adding this, so it will look like this. Then we have this setting, pricing procedure one. Then we have revenue setting. When you add that, it will look like this. And here, this we will cover in our last upcoming sessions. Now one of you will share your screen. I will tell you the steps, how to configure this step by step. Now just share your screen and I will tell you the steps.
Okay, man. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, just share your screen.
So
Let
he's going to
me,
work on the same org that we have prepared, right, Aman?
yeah, let me just create one user for you. Currently on that particular default user, everything is assigned. So just any one of you just share your email, one email, or who will perform the activity?
Kishore will
Kishore
perform.
ji.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah, just share your email ID to me so that I can create one user for you, and then just reset your password, try to log in it, and then one by one I will tell you the steps, what step you need to follow.
Okay, I have shared
Okay.
email.
Yeah,
Right.
I got the email ID. Let me create one user for you and then just refresh, reset the password and
Okay.
try to log into it. Let me enter your name. First name Kishore, username, edit Salesforce, profile as system admin, and just try to save it. Palla Kishore,
Sorry to interrupt. So can you create users for others?
So you can use the same ID password, but if you try to create a different context definition, you will do it,
Okay.
but you not able to set for your users. It will only allow for one user to set all those settings. Although you can create for your testing purpose a different one, you can share this ID password. So Kishore,
Okay.
I shared one new user. Now just verify your email
Yeah,
and then
that's all.
just reset the password and share it to
You can
Satish.
share
And
the credential to each other. The backend
yeah,
setting can only be done one time actually, so that
yeah,
Kishore can do that part for today.
yeah. But
The
for in
later
upcoming
on,
sessions, yeah, you
suppose
can
we are be
perform.
creating catalogs, categories, that part we all three can do in the same org
Yeah,
with your initial name. So let's suppose hardware Kishore, then hardware Triveni, hardware Satish. So these are all keyword that you can use for your
yeah.
creating catalogs and categories.
You
Okay.
can use your name initials,
Yeah.
so you can perform all these activity.
We have very limited license actually, so that is why we are struggling with this part.
Now just share your screen.
Yeah, sharing my screen.
Yeah, and in one tab, just open that particular PPT that we shared with you. Yeah, in one folder you have access. Just open that. Yeah, open the first PPT and now open slide number 14. Slide number 14, yeah. Now just come to your user in Salesforce and now one by one assign these licenses first. Yeah, click on your user. Yes, user detail. So there are some more. First permission set license first. Permission set license assignment, the fourth one.
Okay.
Yeah. So first we need to assign the license, and then let me tell you one by one the name, and you can just check these checkboxes.
Okay.
First one is business rule engine designer. Just search for that. Just control F. Yeah, business rule engine designer. So this one is basically used for our product rule and price rule. So here we have a different naming convention for that. So to run that, what we need to assign is we need to assign this particular business rule engine designer. Okay. Another one is close management user. Just assign that
Close.
CLA. Close CLAUSC. Yes, close management user. Yeah, assign that. Next one is contract lifecycle management user. Yes. Next one is document builder user. This one is used for our document generation purpose. So you can assign that
Document.
document builder. Yeah. Next one is Omni Studio. If you like to create documents from Omni Studio, you can use this, but you need to purchase this license. If you have this Omni Studio license, then you have all the access for all your objects that that are required to perform code document generation. Okay.
If we got this Omni Studio, these are the objects it is.
Yeah, you're not able to see all those objects. Flex card, data raptors, data transformation, all that will not be visible. So this is a license based objects. So first we need to, if your architect says that we are going to create our documents from Omni Studio, so we need to first assign this, purchase this license, and then we need to assign that. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Now our next one is product catalog management viewer. So this is a standard one that will come up in RCA. You need to assign that. Product catalog management administrator. We have viewer also. Just scroll down. Yeah, this one, viewer, product catalog management viewer. Yes, just assign that. Our next one is product discovery user. Yeah, discovery user. Next one is Salesforce pricing runtime, so that our pricing will be calculated at a runtime. Just assign that. Our pricing procedure, all that stuff will be runtime. Just assign this. Next one is product configuration user. This is for our product rules. So here we have a different name for that particular functionality. Similar to product rule and price rule, we have product configuration rules. So we need to assign it so that system will run all our product rule and price rule logics. So if this particular permission set is not assigned or license is not assigned, you're not able to create all those records. So we need to assign that. Another one is fulfillment user PSL. Just assign that. Yeah, fulfillment. FUL.
Oh,
Single L.
okay.
Yeah, this one is used for our DRO functionality. So we need to assign that. Next one is product. So this you already assigned. Yeah. So these are the bare minimum that you need to assign. Now just click on save button. So you may have different license. You may have Conga license. You may have Adobe license. You may have Adobe eSign or any other e-signature also.
Okay.
Just click on save button. Now click on permission set assignment. Yeah, click on edit assignment. Now let me tell you one by one what all license you need to assign. First one is product discovery admin. Just assign that. Yeah, discovery admin, and just assign discovery user also. Next one is price and tax calculation for quoting. Price and tax, yeah, for quoting. Assign that. If you like to calculate taxes on your code, you need to assign that. Then we have docgen user for your document generation. DocGen user, DocGen designer also, just assign that. Next one is Salesforce pricing admin. Salesforce pricing admin. Yeah. Next one is Omni Studio admin. Yeah, Omni Studio admin. Then we have product configurator. Search for product configurator. Yeah, this one, third number, product configurator. Yeah, and product configuration rule designer, assign that also. Yeah, this one, second one. Yeah, product configuration rule designer. Next one is Salesforce pricing design time. I think this we already designed. Search for that. Salesforce pricing design time user. Yeah, design time user and runtime user. Just assign these two. Next one is create order. Search for create order from code. Search for that, so that system allow us to create orders from that particular button. A standard button will be enabled if you would like to use that. So you need to assign this permission set. Create order from code.
To see the
Button.
button.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
If this button permission set is not there, in that case.
Yeah, that particular button will not be visible. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Or it will throw some error message. Although maybe button is visible, but it will not allow you to create order. It will throw error message.
Okay.
Next one is create contract API without space. Without space. Yeah, assign this, create contract API. And next one is initiate cancellation API. Yeah, assign all these three. If these three are not assigned, you're not able to perform all these activities like amendment, cancellation, or renewal for your contracts. So we need to assign this. Although system will show you the buttons, but if those permission set are not assigned, it will throw a error message. Verify, I think this we already sent. Just verify product catalog management viewer and designer. Product catalog management, search for that. Oh, no. Product catalog management. Product catalog management viewer and designer. Yeah, this we already assigned. Just scroll down. Product, scroll up. Yeah, you see we already scroll up. Product catalog. Just search for the full name.
If we assign that now, it will not show in the left side, right?
Yeah, correct. So we already assigned it. So just we already assigned it. Next one is product discovery user. I think this is also assigned.
These two are not assigned.
Yeah, this we do not want this. Now just click on save button.
No need. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, management viewer is required. Just assign it. Yeah, click on edit again. Product catalog management. Yeah, viewer and designer, correct. Just assign that. Above two, yeah, these two, management, user and designer. Now just save it. So our two steps are done. One is license, another one is permission set. You may have different license also, so you can assign those accordingly. Now our next setting is just search for code setting from quick find. Yeah, search for codes setting. Search for that. So by default, this is enabled inside this particular row, but for your customer row, this particular setting is not enabled. So we need to enable that. Okay.
Okay. To enable this, we need to enable here from here.
Yeah. If you like, yeah, just enable that. Now next step is for order setting.
So once we enable this, we don't have the access to disable the.
Yeah, correct. It will allow you to. So already we have some orders, codes are present. That's why it will not allow you to disable it. First, we need to delete all those records. Then it will allow us to disable it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why that particular button or checkbox button is disabled. Now another setting is order setting. So order setting is also enabled here, but inside your customer org, we need to enable that. Okay. So second setting is order setting. Now our next setting is context service setting. Now search for that. Context service setting. Now you see context definition is also visible to you. Why? Because now click on context service setting first. Now just disable it for testing purpose. And now refresh the page first. Refresh the page. Yeah. Now again search for context service. Just search for context. Now you see context definition is not visible now to you. So
Okay.
if that particular context definition setting is not enabled, that means that context service setting is not enabled. Now just enable it.
Okay.
And now hard refresh the page. Click on your profile symbol to your right corner. Yeah. Now click on compact. Compact.
Compact. Okay.
Yeah. And now just click on refresh now button. And now just refresh the page. Refresh the page.
Yes. Refresh.
Now search for context definition again. Now you see it is visible. Now if you click on that, it will give you all those standard context definition that will come up by default. So this is a trial template or so that's why we have this much of standard context definition. So this will be used for different purposes. But for your customer or you, we just only need two context definition. So we will extend it. So we will cover in next 5 to 10 minutes. Now our next setting is search for revenue setting. So you need to search for first before searching revenue setting, search for Salesforce pricing setting. Salesforce pricing setting. Click on that setting. Just enable this. So we already enable this so that your pricing engine will work. So that's assigned it. So you have pricing procedure access, context definition. You see here, configure price list, context definition, pricing procedure. So all these standard objects will be enabled so that you can create your pricing procedures. Now our next setting is revenue setting. Just search for that. Revenue setting. Yeah, search for it. So by default, we already scroll down a little bit. So we already enabled scroll up a little bit. We already enabled code setting. So you have two ways. Either you can just directly search for that particular setting, or you can just come here in revenue setting. Click on, if you click on go to code setting, it will directly take you to that particular code setting page. Just click on that. Inside right side, you have go to code setting.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. If you click on it, it will directly take you to this particular setting. So either you can just enable it from here, or you can directly search from quick find. And here we have some more toggle buttons. You see advanced order creation from quote, add estimated taxes to quote and order. So these are a bunch of settings that you need to enable. So we will cover one by one all those. Okay. And inside the setting, so we already enabled, there are main four settings. So order setting, quote setting, and pricing. So this we already enable, and these all setting will be visible here also. Scroll up a little bit. So we have one, scroll up a little bit more. More, little bit, scroll up. Yeah, little bit more. Yeah.
Setup code.
Yeah, no, take to the top.
Yeah.
Scroll up to the top.
Okay. Top.
Yeah, so currently you see enable revenue cloud feature. So we already enable it inside our revenue sales or pricing setting. So if you enable it, it will not allow you to disable that. So just it is already enabled. So these are the backend setting that you need to enable. Now let's come to our next major part, how to extend context definitions. So just search for context definition. Now click on it. Yeah, so we need to extend our two context definition. So standard will come up in standard definition tab and custom will come up in custom. Scroll down to the bottom. And
Right now some of
yeah, because this is a template, it will create from the template ID. So that's why we have some custom context definition now, but we need to create our own. So how to do
by
that?
default those will come.
No, inside your customer org, by default, these will not come.
Okay.
So this will only come
Only standard.
only in
Only
template org or inside your trailhead orgs.
Okay.
Just scroll down. So we have one by the name called sales transaction context. Just copy the name. Copy the name. To your right side, you have one symbol, down arrow symbol. Just click on that. Click on extend. Now enter the name. and now give your initial also. Let's say PK, yeah, or you can add your full, just give your initial, or you can give your name for initial, yeah.
Yeah.
Without space, just enter without space.
Okay.
Yeah. Now just click on save button. So this is a big context definition, so it will take 2-3 minutes to visible inside our custom definition tab. If you click on that, now that particular context definition is not visible, you see here.
Hmm.
So it will just come up, just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, then it will come up here. So in the meantime, what we need to do is we can just create one more for our product discovery one. Again, click on standard definition. So here we have one by the name called product, copy the name product discovery context. So these are the one-time setup that you need to follow.
Okay.
Just click on extend.
What is the clone? Like if we clone that, we don't.
Yeah, when we extend it, it will automatically map all those values. So, but when you clone it, it will not clone it. You need to just follow some more step to map all those mappings. So better way is to go with extend functionality. Yeah, now just enter paste the name, give your initial, click on save button. Now click on custom definition. Now here you see, just scroll to the expand called first column. Now you see both the context definition will come up. Now just open sales transaction context definition. Now click on map data. If you click on map data, system will automatically map all those mappings automatically. You do not need to map it on quote entities, on order entities, on your asset entities mapping. So for asset, it's similar to our subscription and asset. And here we have only asset entities mapping. Now if you try to activate it, system will throw error message. Just try to activate it and let's see the error message. So read the error message. What's the error message? System showed us.
Cannot activate a definition without default mapping.
Yeah.
Default mapping found for version.
Yeah, so this is my ID for my context definition. So what you need to do is, so we need to make one as a default. Which one we need to make as a default? Just click on OK. So make the first one, sales transaction mapping as a default. How you do it? Click on that down arrow button. No. From map data on the first one, sales transaction. Click on arrow, down arrow symbol. Click on edit as object mapping. Yeah, check this checkbox to true, mark as default. Click on map button. Now just come back to your previous tab. Click on that. Now you see it will automatically mark this as default. Now click on activate button.
Okay, for all those, it should be a default.
Yeah, only one mapping will be marked as default.
Okay.
You cannot mark multiple as a default. It will throw error message.
Okay.
But you need to mark sales transaction as a default. If you mark other one as a default, your pricing procedure will not work or it will hindrance in our calculation. So make sure that the sales transaction will be marked as default. Okay.
Okay.
Now
that means we need to enable this one only.
Yeah, correct. This one only. Yeah, these are the prerequisite as per Salesforce. So we need to follow that.
Okay.
Now click on activate button. Now it will allow you to activate it. Yep. If you click on detail tab, you can manage the start date also. Click on detail tab here. Yeah, you can manage the start date from which date you would like to run this or use this particular context definition. So it's up to your business. You can add a back date also. You can add a future date also. Okay.
Okay.
Now in the same way, just map default for our product discovery. Click on context definition again one more time. Yeah, click on custom. Now open the product discovery one. Click on that. Now click on map data. So this is for our product visibility. So we have just two mappings here. So map the second one, products, the second one as a default. This one. No. Pencil. Click on edit as object mapping. Yes, mark this as default. Click on map button. Now just come back to your context definition record. Just try to activate it. Just activate it. Yeah, now this is also activated. If this is not marked as default, so you need to mark product discovery mapping as a default one. Okay. Now this part is also done. This is the fourth step. First is we need to assign license. Second is permission set. Third is some backend settings. Fourth one is we need to extend our context definition. Now what we need to do is we need to create pricing procedures. So how you will create that? From app launcher, search for expression set template. Search for that. Yeah. Open in a new tab. Yeah. So here we have different templates. So this will work for our different functionality, but majorly we will use one. One is product discovery pricing procedure. Another one is revenue management. So just click on the first. Let's create for revenue one. No problem. Just come to that. No problem. It will automatically. You already click on that. Come to your adjacent tab in your Chrome bar. Just click on that. In your top bar.
Oh,
Yeah, click on that. Yeah, click on it. So system will automatically create one flow for you for your product visibility. Now just save it. Click on save as. Now just enter a name. New pricing procedure. New pricing procedure. Give your initial here. Yeah, here you can add space. Now just enter a rank.
it will allow the spacing.
Yeah, it will allow you spacing, but in context definition it will not allow. Just enter a rank here. Do not activate it. I will show you some errors. Just rank 1 and then click on save button. So when you create one pricing procedure flow from expression set template, now come back to your org again and from app launcher search for pricing procedure. Yeah, here just search for pricing from app launcher, search for pricing procedure. So system will create one record inside my pricing procedure object. Just open it, click on view all from the list view. Yeah, click on all pricing procedure. So by default, sometime system will not show you. So what you need to do is just log out and log in again. Log out from the org and again log in back. Log in again.
Just username and password.
Yeah, now enter your password.
Yeah, it is showing to pricing.
Yeah, now showing. Yeah, now click on that product discovery pricing procedure. Click on that first one. Yeah. Now by default, what happen here is system will take the standard context definition, but we do not want to use that. Why we did not activate our pricing procedure? It will throw an error message. So first let's activate and let's see the error message. Come to your pricing procedure flow. Yeah, this one. Activate it for testing purpose. Just activate it. Now again come back to your pricing procedure record. It's refresh the page first. Refresh the page. It's not activated. Now again activate it. Come back again. Click on activate button again one more time. Activate it. Now it's activated. Now come back to pricing procedure record. Refresh the page. Now try to change the context definition. Click on edit button. Now I do not want to use my standard context definition. I want to use my custom one so that we create for our product visibility. Scroll down. So we have product discovery pricing procedure by your initial. Scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, here you see we have one product discovery context definition. Palla. Just select that. Now try to save it. Now system will throw error message. Read that error message.
We cannot
What it
update.
says. Yeah, save again.
We cannot update the value in the context definition parameters because the expression.
Yeah. So this particular pricing procedure version is active. That's why system will not allow you to make it edit this particular context definition. Now come back to your pricing procedure flow and deactivate it. And now system will allow you to change the context definition. Now again come back. Now try to save it. Now system will allow you to save that. Okay. Now it's allow you to. Now again come back to your pricing procedure. Now try to activate it. Now again it will throw you one error message. What it says, just read it.
modify this versions properties to ensure that the version start date and time are later than the start date of the
Context
definition
definition.
between
So
the context.
we added our custom context definition, and by default system will take today's date when you extend it. So we need to enter a date later than the context definition start date. So how you will
Mhm.
add that? Now just to your left side you have four symbols. Mhm.
More simple.
Just yeah, click on this gear icon, third one, third symbol gear icon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, scroll down. So by default it will take first March 24. Now we need to change it to today's date. Just enter today's date here. Select year 25. Now change the month to November and enter today's date. Now first verify the start date of your context definition. Select the date first. Now come to backend and search for context definition and verify the start date on that particular context definition. Come to click on that adjacent to your Geomate tab. We have one tab, revenue setting. Scroll, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Click on context definition, detail. Click on detail tab here. So we already present on product discovery. Click on detail. So it's 5:01 p.m. Now enter a date later than this. Let's say 5:15 p.m. I don't know. Just
Is
add the
that
date.
effective from
Yeah,
12? Okay.
yeah. Now we need to enter a date later than this date. So its start date is 5:01 p.m. Now what we need to add inside a pricing procedure is after that this particular date. So let's enter 5:15 p.m. Scroll up. 5:15. Just enter 5:15. Now just try to save it and activate it. Scroll up. First click on save button. Now just click on activate. Now system will allow you to activate it. Yeah, now this part is done. This is for my product visibility. Now our next step is for our price waterfall. Come to Salesforce in expression set template is adjacent to this particular tab to your left. Yeah. Now click on revenue management default pricing procedure. Click on that. Yeah, click on it. Just click on it. No, just click on that. So when you click on it, system will create a price waterfall for you, pricing procedure flow. Now in the same way, you need to save as a new pricing procedure.
Uh,
Give your
this
initial,
means like Salesforce is providing by default
yeah,
few
templates. Yeah,
few
correct,
templates. Those are all not active. We need to extend as per the our requirement, and we need
correct.
to activate that.
Yeah, correct. By
Uh,
default, these are not present inside your customer orgs, but when you create a trailhead org, it will by default present, because in every trailhead org we have some data so that we can perform it. So same as for your customer, these are present as a template. So you need to search for that, create a new pricing procedures, and we need to set all these setting in backend.
okay, got it, got it.
Now click on save as, enter your name to this particular flow. Now rank as 1 and then just do not activate it, just click on save button. Now in the same way, you can do it after changing the context definition inside this particular. Yeah, here you see. So it will give one more error to you. What it says that just activate the index state. Now come to Salesforce and search for lookup table. So by default here from app launcher, search for lookup table. So this is a trial org. So that's why all these lookup tables are are active in nature. So if those lookup tables are not active, system will throw error message. Click on decision table and search for index first. Click on it, all decision matrix here, and search for index from search box. Just search for index. So this index will come in this particular release, the winter 26 release. So this we will see what's the purpose of that. So this is referring inside our pricing procedure. Click on that. That's why it show me this particular error. Now activate this table. So similar. So here we have different decision tables. Again, come back to your decision table, lookup table, and click on view all. Search for lookup table from app launcher. Lookup table. Yeah. So here we have different click on view all first. So here we have different decision table for our different functionality. So for our price book entry, it will stored inside our price book. Search for price book entry. Price book entry. Enter. Just enter it. So system will store. No, just price space book. Price space. Yeah. So my price book entry will be stored inside this table called price book entry V2 decision table. So whatever entries you entered for your products, it will stored here. So in the same way, we have 5 to 6 more table. One is bundle based adjustment table, one is volume discount table, one is attribute discount table. So by default, these all tables are active. So if those tables are not active inside your role, so system will give you an error message when you try to save that particular pricing procedure called revenue management pricing procedure.
Okay.
Now come back to your pricing procedure again, the revenue management one. Now try to save it. Yeah, click on this. Yeah, now click on save button. Now it will allow you to save it. If those tables are not active, that referred inside this particular flow, pricing procedure flow, then system will not allow you to create a new pricing procedure. But now it will allow you to. Now just change the date similar to the previous one. Click on this gear icon. By default, it will take 25th October 23. Now we need to change it to 25 or as per your context definition start date. It must be later than that. Now, no, 25, not 26. Yeah, 12th November and enter, let's say 5:15 p.m. Here just enter the same day, 5:15 p.m.
PM, right?
Yeah, p.m. If you enter date before that, it will throw an error message, 5:15 p.m. Just now try to save it. Now save it. Now do not activate it. Again, it will throw error message if you activate it and you try to change the context definition with the custom one. Now come back to Salesforce, search for pricing procedure and open this pricing procedure record and change the custom context definition, the sales transaction one. Pricing procedure, open it. Pricing procedure, third one, yeah, this third number. Yeah, open the revenue management, yeah, correct, this one, open it. Now click on edit button and now change. By default, you see, it will take the standard context definition, but I do not want to use that. I would like to use my custom one, sales transaction context. Yeah, this one. Now save it. Now try to activate it. Now come back to your pricing procedure flow and search for that and just activate it. Now this part is also done. Now our next step is, what we need to do is we need to just set this in backend. Now before adding this in, refresh the page, refresh this page first. Now before adding this in backend, just search for a quote and try to just click on browse catalog button. Yeah, open a test quote, any quote, just open it. So we have some test quote present inside this code. Yeah, open any one. Click on browse catalog button. So browse catalog is similar to my edit line. Now select hardware. Click on next. Wait for a moment. So this is my product UI page from where you can select your products. So by default, products are not visible. Why? Because syncing is not done. So let's first set all those in backend, then we will see what are those steps. So come to setup, search for product discovery setting, come to backend. Now we need to set all these pricing procedure and context definition in backend. Search for product discovery setting, open it. So here we have some, wait for a moment. It will load the data. Yeah, so by default it will take this standard or by default context definition, but we do not want to use that, so we would like to add the custom one. So inside your select context definition, you need to add the product discovery context with your initial below one. This is product discovery setting, so we need to add the product discovery context definition here.
Yeah.
So select the product one, deselect this pricing procedure, cross it, Now add the product discovery one. Refresh the page.
This one, Palla.
Yeah, correct, Palla. This one, product discovery price, correct. Now this setting is done. No, not this one. And now search for revenue setting. First search. Now this.
Do I need to save or it is
No, it will automatically saved. When you just select it, it will automatically saved in backend. Now search for revenue setting.
The qualification procedure, let's disable it, otherwise it will have an issue then.
Yeah, I will first show them, then we will deactivate again. Just, yeah, revenue setting. Click on revenue setting. Yeah, scroll down. Yeah, scroll down a little bit. So here we have one pricing procedure. Scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, here you see we have one. So here you need to set the product discovery, the revenue management one that we create. Cross it, and now add the custom one that we create, revenue management default pricing procedure, Palla. Yes. So this part is also done. The next step is Salesforce pricing setup. Search for that setting. Salesforce pricing setup. Pricing, yeah, setup. Yeah, here also we need to set the same revenue management pricing procedure. Scroll down. Yeah, now select the correct one here, the custom one. Now just select this one. Yeah. Now again come back to your test code, refresh the page. Now try to edit one more time. Refresh the page. Click on browse catalog. Select your catalog. Next. So still products are not visible. So what may be the reason? So again come back to your backend setting, search for product discovery setting. So by default what happened inside your org, one setting is by default enabled. Search for that product discovery setting. Product discovery. Product discovery setting. So by default what happens, scroll down. So by default you see we have one qualification procedure. So here qualification procedure is used for our product visibility. We can hide and show on our browse catalog page. So by default this particular qualification procedure use a different context definition that is not set up in the backend. So but we do not want to use it currently. We will learn this in upcoming session. Now just disable it. Disable this setting. Now come back to your code again. Now come back to your code, refresh the page, and now let's try to search for your product here. Yeah. Why it's not visible? Because we entered a date, we entered today's date in our pricing procedure. So it may take, so just make sure that enter some back date inside your context definitions. Okay. So if you come to your context definition, so by default, the date currently for our system is a different than the date that we entered for our context definition. No, you need to search in backend, not here.
In setup.
Yeah, in setup, context definition. Yeah. So by default, what happened here is we entered a date. If you custom, so make sure that custom one, not this one. Click on custom tab. Scroll up, custom. Now open the one that we create. So make sure that whenever you create a context definition, make sure that add some backdate so that your product will be visible when you configure all the backend settings. Okay. So we'll see this. It will automatically populate by tomorrow. But if you try to change it, you can just change the date to some backdate. Let's add 1st November. Next, and save it. Similarly, change the date for our product discovery context definition. The product for now sales transaction one. Now do it for no inside my context definition. Open the sales transaction one. Click on context definition. Yeah. Open the click on custom. open sales transaction. Yeah. Now just again change the date to some back date to this product also. Now just come back to your code. Yeah, so sometime what happen, it will take some time to load it because the system will run some backend stuffs. So it will automatically populate. So tomorrow we will see this, or in our next class we will see how our product will be visible. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks everyone. Just try to go through this PPT, and if you have any questions, just let us know. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Aman.
Okay.
Thanks, Anand.